Champions are made when the stands are empty. That means when no one's watching you, that's who you really are.
It's what you do behind closed doors that no one sees.
When no one's looking at you, when no one's there to judge you, except yourself. And you gotta do those things that suck, like putting in those extra reps, studying 5 more chapters, writing 3 more pages. What do you do then? Do you do that extra work or do you back off? That's the separator in life. That's what separates the average and ordinary from those who dominate.
Self-identity is the biggest problem that we have going right now. That's why social media is so relevant, because you're looking at everybody else's life and you're saying, that's the perfect life. Oh my gosh, I want this and I want that. But you're afraid to actually test yourself every day. If any man in here in the military knows one thing, you got to stand like a trooper. You got to present yourself like a man every freaking day. Day in, day out, day in, day out. How you do one thing is how you do everything. If we don't get to the mindset of being consistent and having some habits that's going to frame our life, you just naturally do things habitually if you don't set your mind and say, you know what, I'm going to do this on purpose.
So if that's you and you're listening to this and you think you can get by doing half-ass in some areas, and do great in other areas and make millions of dollars, it's not going to happen, guys, because it's a habit, it's a character trait, it's a value, it's the way you are. If you want to cultivate the proper habits, you have to look at the finite details and execute on them all the fucking time. But most of the world's going to sit around, they're going to do nothing, and they're going to wonder why they're miserable.
The answers lie in the repetitions. You must not forget the repetitions you put into trying to dominate the craft that you're in today.
The work is where the satisfaction comes from. It's where the happiness comes from.
It's my journey. Nobody decides what I make. Nobody decides how I live. Nobody decides my life. I'm not a victim. I'm a victor. It's my journey, and I decided this is your journey. You're not a victim. This is your journey. It can end the way you want it to end, but you gotta grind like you want it. You can grind your way through it, or you can cry your way through it.
Always embrace the suck, adapt to the suck. Greatness is not something that you meet once. It's something that you meet thousands of fucking times in your life. And you don't reach it if you're not constantly in constant fucking pursuit of fucking greatness. So if my mom were to say right now, I'm great, I just lost. We're not going to do that crap. We're not going to triple down on our strengths. We're going to grow. We're going to work on our weaknesses so we grow. We need friction to do that. David Goggins, how did you become who you are today? I put a bunch of fucking friction in my life and I grew.
Stop letting slide. Stop cutting corners. Stop taking it easy. Stop letting that little voice win the fucking war in your brain that says, tomorrow, I'll start Monday. You know, it's not that big of a deal. Give yourself a break. You work really hard. You deserve this. If you don't silence that fucking voice, you will lose everything. And when things get the hardest, that is the most important time where you have to continue to move forward, putting one foot down in front of another, to make investments in your mental toughness, in your grit, in your fortitude, in your ability to persevere, in your ability to stay disciplined, because conditions will never be perfect. When we talk about it being freezing cold outside, and I'm talking about how I know that I need to go get acclimated to that because I can feel myself getting soft, that is me recognizing that my mental fortitude is getting rounded off when it needs to be very sharp.
Go in the mirror, take a good look at yourself and say, how sharp is my disciplined blade right now? When you walk by the mirror, you go, that's a bad motherfucker right there. Do you say that? Think tonight when you're looking in the mirror.
We have to become aware of where we are mentally, and we have to make investments to harden ourselves mentally so that we can prepare for these hard times that come over and over and over and over again.
Every single day, as it sucks, as it's a grind, it feels like a hustle, as it feels like compromising everything, and it's just like, oh my gosh, honor this process this as a challenge to become a better human, to develop a better attitude, to develop those skills that are required, to transform, to test your mettle and ask, what am I really made of?
If you can build yourself into someone who can work through these things as they come, there's really nothing that can stop you. You end up winning because everybody else can't make it through. You can't get around doing the work, and you're not going to figure out how to do it. You're not the first person in the world that's going to figure out how to do it without doing the f***ing hard and putting in the time.
It's a lifestyle. You don't want to go run, you go run. You don't want to go swim, you go swim. You don't want to study, you can study. That's how you start to callous your mind. So that became my life.
You want a guarantee to success? This is the only f***ing way there is to build you into a mentally tough individual who has the fortitude, the perseverance, the discipline, the mental toughness to kick ass on a daily basis and laugh when the world kicks you in the f***ing face. That is what you have to become.
It's going to suck. It's not going to be fun. Do something that sucks every single day of your life. That's how you grow. Embrace the suck.